Hello. Do you hear the caterwauling in the background? Yeah. My name is Leathur Rokk, and this is a tale of two pussycats. A new pussycat that actually needs to be back in her garden home, and my TabbyBoy, who you know and love. Well, TabbyBoy's been in somebody else's closet for the rest of the day, and he's now in my room. And for the past what time is it? Okay, past 3 hours, 4 hours, Cassie the garden cat has been in my room. I had her in the carrier and I had it locked. And then when I heard that dinner was ready, I decided, why don't I just go and have some food because I was hungry, and I decided to open up her cage, her carrier, and it was on the chair. And you hear that? And then when I came back with my plate of food, I noticed she was not in the carrier anymore. So I had to look all over my room to find her. And I was afraid she was going to get wedged somewhere underneath my bed where it would be really hard to extricate her. And she's a very lightweight kitty. I thought she was no more than 7 pounds. She may be lighter than that. So anyway, I found her near the foot of my stand-up desk. And I got food and water bowl out. She still has not eaten anything. She has no appetite. I've given her 2 different kinds of dry food here in the house, and she just will not eat. You hear that? Then she's finally drinking water. She, for the most part, just stayed in the carrier. As for the padding, what I did was I took the original the cushioning that was on top of the computer chair that my cats had used, and there was a like sheepskin rug type of covering on it that was so covered in cat hair, and I turned it inside out, and I used a casino cloth napkin from the Taj Mahal that kind of had a lot of cat hair and stuff on it. I figured because the idea of it smelling like the cats in the house, TabbyBoy and of course Ace, who died, so that she would be familiar with their scent, so that if she got to meet TabbyBoy, they would have a positive interaction. But so she was in the carrier and the door was open, and TabbyBoy came in, and she started hissing at him, and he has been caterwauling. You want to listen to the kitty music? Oh, listen to this. What, TabbyBoy? What? Sing for us. Want to sing for us? Sing for us. Let's hear the song of your people, TabbyBoy. Oh, you hear that? Sing for us. Really? Oh my goodness. You don't say. Tell us all about it. You gonna say something? You gonna cry? Huh? Well, you're not going to sing for us anymore? Well, so, yeah, TabbyBoy has been screaming. She hisses. They are not acting like they want to make friends. So, but there's no way that they can be in contact because she is in the, here, you want to see? Want to see her? Look. Yeah, hello. Where's the pretty Cassie girl? This is Cassie. Who's a pretty kitty? This is Cassie. Hello. Isn't she a pretty girl? She still doesn't seem to want to eat. I don't know how to... Oh, he's singing again. I don't know how to get her appetite stimulated. I can't imagine that she's depressed over losing her mommy yet, because I don't know that she understands yet. But then again, I don't track her 24/7, so I don't really know, because it seemed to me that I saw her outside so much. I can look out my window and I literally can see so much of the landscaping and the lawn and everything near the garden. So, and it seemed like she was out there through till at least sunset, and was seems very used to getting love and attention from a very wide variety of people. So, but only one person in the neighborhood knows that she's back. Two, actually. The person who first gave me the news that her owner had OD'd and that the cat was taken away. And then there's a guy who's a father and son who helped to run the garden. And one of them is like the younger guy especially, is a total farmer type. And he knows that she's here. But, and matter of fact, I was supposed to meet him when I was supposed to water my garden earlier, but I wanted to bring her in to shoot a video, and then I decided I'll be honest with you, I'm not in any hurry to put her back out there. I really wish TabbyBoy and she would get along. I wish my roommates would have a better attitude about adding a new person to the family. I mean, we had two cats before. TabbyBoy and Ace put up with each other. They were never really friends. And it's a lot of times why TabbyBoy, I'll admit, was a bully. He was an asshole. But they grew to tolerate each other. They got to the point where they could sleep together. Something about growing old together, I think you get a little bit less grumpy. But TabbyBoy, he's still got a lot of son of a bitch in him. And I'm thinking he's going to be 10? Or is he going to be 13? 12 maybe, I don't know. Wait a minute. I found him as a kitten in my father's last year. So, yeah, he's TabbyBoy's 10. But he's still an asshole. And I really don't know how old Cassie is. I thought that Teresa got her 7 years ago or 5 years ago, but who knows how old, if Cassie was a kitten or if she was more fully grown when she got her. I don't know. Obviously, it's too late to ask. And I can ask people around in the neighborhood, but frankly, a lot of them are 2 sandwiches short of a picnic. So I don't know that I'm going to get a straight answer. And I say that because I've caught a lot of people on some bullshit lies lately. A lot of people in the neighborhood have been bullshitting me, and I think it's because they are using certain addictive substances and their brains are all shot. So, oh man, and there's somebody that I should call to let them know that the cat's back so that he can look out. But anybody that lives around here, they all see that she's here. Now, I need to come up with a dog woo and make it as home-like as possible and make it seem like so that she could get that attention similar to when you live at home with somebody and you get to be cuddled on. Oh, I know what I want to tell you. I want to tell you about my adventure of bringing her home. I decided, well, first of all, when I got off the bus, out of the bus terminal, usually I cut through Bally's because they have a bus waiting area and it's all the air conditioning, which I love, right? And restrooms and everything, and then you can walk around different places, and it's the best way to get to the bus terminal from off the boardwalk, because you can be on the boardwalk from north or south, go to Bally's, cut through the bus park waiting area, and that's the same street that the bus terminal is, just so you know, if you ever want to go hang out in Atlantic City. So, but I didn't want to have problems with security, because you're not supposed to have animals except for service animals, and you know damn well a cat in the carriers need service animals. And plus she has quite a set of lungs on her. She'll sing you the song of her people, and she'll complain like if you hold her too much. She'll go, wow, wow, wow. If she would do that in the garden, I would see her and I'd come up to her and everything, and I'd pick her up and I'd hold her, and I don't squeeze her or anything. She's very fragile. She's very thin. I can't tell you how thin and delicate she feels compared to TabbyBoy, that's like muscle and claws and spring and like pushes up against you when you hold him, and he's just really uncooperative. Especially now, I think I better keep my face away from him. He'll claw my face up to hell. But this little cat here, she's very, very delicate feeling, and I don't know how to stimulate her appetite. But okay, so I didn't want to deal with security, but I usually cut through that way. But as luck would have it, there was a guy with a whole bunch of tattoos that asked me about who I was carrying and talking, and he told me a really interesting story that involved police mistreating him and treating him rather cruelly. But the bottom line was that he seemed like a nice family guy. And he lost his father recently. I felt really bad for him. He lost his father right after Father's Day. So anyway, we were talking about cats, and he told me that the best way, he definitely advised me a better way to get on the boardwalk so that I wouldn't get fucked with by cops. And then so I'm taking the cat in the carrier in one hand, umbrella in the other, because there's still sunlight, right? And as I get near Boardwalk Hall, they had a live band across the way, right? And they actually did a song I liked. And then when they started to do another song, I took her out of the carrier. I put my purse on the upside down umbrella so it wouldn't blow away, right? Then I held her and I danced with her, holding her. So if you see any pictures floating around, the girl holding a black and white cat on Atlantic City Boardwalk, that was Cassie and me. I don't even remember what the song was, but the band was called Man and Horses, MAN and Horses, and their logo is a horse on a human body, and they were horses, yeah, horse on a human body, horse's head, and they did some songs I liked. And if you're going to be doing songs I actually like, then I might actually stop. And I figured that it wouldn't be bad for her to experience it, and I wasn't harming her in any way. And since I now TabbyBoy, I wouldn't have chanced that with unless he had a collar and a leash on him, because he has so much power. When he wants to jump down, he will dig his claws in you, definitely draw blood, and he will use you as a launching pad. I mean, he's got very serious strength, and Ace did until like the last couple of months when he started to get very thin, and boy, he lost weight that much so fast. But no, this cat, since I've known her, she's always been very delicate, and I haven't noticed that she has worms or anything. I don't know why she's so thin. I don't know exactly how much food she gets, but now that I brought her back from the SPCA, the Humane Society, I am going to monitor how she eats much more closely. So, but after we got done dancing, I put her back in the carrier, and with this carrier, you have to make sure that the lock sticks aligns on the bottom and the top, because the last thing I needed was for her to bolt down the boardwalk. But I took her to where I live, and that's when I saw the guy who told me that her mommy had died and that Cassie was taken away. So I was able to show her, and I let him hold her because I know that he wasn't going to drop her on the street. So there's like 2 people that know that she's here, and I'm going to go out of my way to make it clear to all of the dirtbags around here that yes, maybe her original cat mom may be gone, but there are still people who actively care about this cat and are going to be on that cat like white on rice to make sure that cat's never mistreated. And now I've got this new responsibility here. It's going to involve more making sure that she's being fed regularly, but also that certain person who claimed to me that he was going to take the cat in. See, that's what kind of started this whole thing, and you know it. I was friends with the lady who owned it, and she said the cat stayed outside all the time except to crawl in bed to sleep with her at night. And I don't know if she had a cat door opening or something, because when you live on the first floor, it's easy to set up something like that. But I'm sure the new tenants are going to have things. They're not going to want anything that's going to make it look like they're dealing drugs or whatever. I can understand that. But also they need to be sealed up. So the cat, what if the cat gets in here and you're not people that like cats? You have to think about, I have to think about her safety. I have to think about making sure that I can provide a house for her outside that's out of the elements, that is not going to attract attention to dirt bags, that something that I can hide on nights like Halloween, for instance. Because not that I've ever seen any evidence that there's anybody like that kind of dirt bag in this neighborhood, but one block over, there's people, I heard, that were poisoning kittens. Yeah, there's a cat colony that I feed not regularly because I don't use the dry food that I have here at home, because really most of the time we don't have a whole lot of it that I could just go spare. And you can have sometimes one cat in a colony, they'll just gobble up like cups of something. They'll just act like they hadn't eaten in days, and they'll inhale a big pile of it. So when you have a number of them around, sometimes you have to kind of restrict. If you've ever fed a group of cats, trying to get one. Pigeons are the same way. Some will be kind of greedy, or seagulls against pigeons. Yeah, you talk about bullying. So you got to watch when you're feeding groups of animals. And yeah, but I don't often have food regularly to give that colony, and that's why I'm glad that there's other people that are doing it. But I was told that a whole bunch of kittens that were born, because I saw some baby making going on myself, and lately, because I come at infrequent times, or I come at different times that has to be convenient for me, and last time I was there was only one cat there. But and I call for them, and I'm sure they're around, but I don't know if somebody is doing some miscreancy. I hate to think that it's the people across the street, but I don't know. But I mean, when I go there and I don't see any bowls around, but I still see the usual litter and things, because a lot of the time I see evidence that some people had left dry food, but they don't put it in a bowl, they scatter it. Or no, they don't scatter it, but they put it like in piles and things. And really, you should have something to discourage things getting wet, rains or moisture. You should have something that discourages it getting eaten by animals or insects. And you should have something that doesn't look like it can be easily tampered with. I'm sorry you have to even think about that. Excuse me. Now, I've left bowls there before that are not just empty tuna cans or something, but I mean real food and water bowls that actually have gotten taken. Like when it was snowing, as a matter of fact, and there was all snow drifts around there, I left we had a number of different food and water bowls through the years. But anyway, yeah, it got legs. And I figured there's got to be people, maybe some of the people that feed cats or people that have cats of their own, so they use extra food. It didn't occur to me that there are people who maybe couldn't have pets because their lease said no pets. Like that guy that I'm still mad at that. He tells me that, cat can sleep with me and hang out in the garden during the daytime. And then after I make arrangements to get him the cat from the Humane Society, then he tells me that there's no pets on his lease. Don't bullshit me like that. Because, I mean, I cannot bring the cat here. You saw what happened when I tried to have these two cats together. My cat, TabbyBoy, is an asshole. She is like, shh, get the fuck away from me. She doesn't want anything with it. And which I guess you have to be assertive. If you're going to be out in public, you have to defend yourself from asshole animals. There are raccoons around there. There's squirrels, but the raccoons are like 5 times her size. She weighs nothing. She weighs not much more than a stuffed animal, okay? She feels so fragile, and now I'm just trying to get her to eat. I want to get her, have some semblance of strength before I set her out there, And I hope those insects, those mosquitoes and stuff don't go biting on her and stuff. That's why I'm wearing sweatpants, because I was actually dressing to go in the garden, and at first I felt kind of under pressure because I saw somebody that I thought was like wanting to talk to me, and I said to him, look, this cat comes first. She just got out of, I don't know what kind of a stressful situation it was, hearing all those cats meows and smelling all those different things and being in a cage, and cats don't like changes in routine. So she is, and my roommate says that she's under shock, so that's why I'm trying to let her de-stress. So my TabbyBoy being an asshole, that's not helping things any. But I was really hoping that she would be able to get her strength back. And meanwhile, those flowers that I picked, I put them in water, and they still look kind of bad, but they're starting to come to. These are going to be for Teresa's memorial, and it'll be easy enough for me to keep things in a vase with water over where her garden is. I don't think that's the sort of thing that anybody would disturb. And she left behind a number of fake flowers that I can add to it, and of course they're very no maintenance. So, and I'll make a cross for her because I saw that she left behind 3 Bibles. This is, I wish you could smell this. This is honeysuckle. I haven't smelled honeysuckle all season. In LA, dude, in LA, they have honeysuckle that's bigger than my hand. And it still smells and tastes like honeysuckle. If you're driving around the Hollywood Hills or walking or whatever, they have giant honeysuckle. I'm not sure what its name is, but you could still take the stamens and the pistils apart and put them in your mouth, and you could still taste the honey. Oh, I love it. And these flowers here, I think, are snapdragons. You should see, well, the color looks like it's faded now, but they had some that are very bright fuchsia purple, and they had others that are more like lavender and more violet, and hopefully these will revive and they'll look nice. They don't. I don't happen to see them growing around here, but maybe they do. But I found these growing wild in Pleasantville along Franklin Street or Franklin Avenue. I don't know. I was walking around past some train tracks and stuff. I never did find my compass. I have 4 compasses, okay? And you think I could find one to go so I don't get disoriented? Because I didn't have a map. I just had directions that the shelter gave me. And it turned out the shelter gave me directions for exactly, they told me what not to do, which is what I was supposed to do, and what the bus driver told me to do. Well, it's because they thought that I was coming by way of the expressway, and I wasn't. I was coming by way of the other bridge. And we live on Barrier Island, and you need, in order to get to the mainland, you need to get by way of bridges. And depending on which bridge you take is the route that you take to get someplace. And the shelter didn't know that. And I didn't think to mention them to be specific because I don't go off. I either do everything on the island or I go to big cities. I don't putz around a lot in these little towns in Jersey because, especially not Pleasantville, I rarely have business there. I had a dentist there once, and the hygienist was like a sadist and a torture trainee built into one, with your worst nagging mother attitude. So, needless to say, I didn't go again. But anyway, I suppose I should get dressed to water my garden and put her back there. But I don't know, maybe I should wait a few more minutes. Let her relax, you know? She hasn't eaten yet. I don't know if I should put her out there until she's eaten. What do you think? Tell me in the comments what you think I should do. And meanwhile, I'm putting off calling the guy who lives over there. I'm still kind of mad at him because he told me that he could take her in, and then he says he can't because he has no pants on the lace. Plus, he's up on like the 2nd or 3rd floor, so it'd be really harder. But then again, the cat couldn't just jump in and out like when you're on the 1st floor. You know. So, I have to get going, and well, I'm putting long sleeves on so I don't get mosquito, whatever. I'm sweltering in these pants, but I'm sick and tired of mosquito bites. I'm going to see if maybe I can get her to enjoy some canned food. I got 3 different flavors of that. I got some nice bowls. Did you see that red bowl? I got them from the Humane Society, and I got extra for my cat, so I have something, and there's already a bowl that Teresa left behind out there. So I'm going to try to set things up and make her comfortable and make some kind of bed for her. But to keep it in, there's not supposed to be rain tonight or tomorrow night, so if it's going to be dry, but you know, there is going to be rain, and I'm going to have to make some kind of shelter or buy one or acquire one somehow. I will talk to you soon. If you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you like me and my content, I'd love to have you subscribe and hit the bell notification when you do. That way you don't miss anything. I upload Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.